In the heart of a bustling city, nestled between towering skyscrapers and quaint cobblestone streets, stood an unassuming coffee shop. With its warm wooden interior and enticing aroma of freshly brewed espresso, it was the perfect haven for weary souls seeking solace from the chaos outside. The barista, a captivating woman with luscious curls framing her face, took great pride in crafting each cup with precision and care. Her name was Lila, and she had an undeniable allure that drew people to her like moths to a flame. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a mysterious stranger entered the coffee shop. His piercing green eyes locked with Lila's, and an electric current charged the air between them. He ordered a double shot of espresso, and as she handed it over, their fingers brushed against one another, sending shivers down both their spines. Over the next few days, they found themselves inseparable, their conversations flowing seamlessly over steaming cups of coffee. They shared tales of their past, their dreams for the future, and the desires that burned deep within them. As they grew closer, Lila couldn't resist the urge to taste his lips, which were as intoxicating as the coffee she served. One fateful night after closing time, they retreated to the back room of the coffee shop, a space usually reserved for storing beans and equipment. The air was thick with anticipation as their bodies pressed against one another, their breaths mingling in a delicate dance. Lila's hands traced the contours of his chest, while his fingers explored the curves of her back. Their passion reached its peak as they collapsed onto the floor, surrounded by sacks of coffee beans. They kissed with an intensity that rivaled the heat of a freshly roasted bean. Their moans and sighs intertwining like the layers of foam on a perfectly crafted cappuccino. As dawn broke, Lila and her new lover emerged from the back room, their faces flushed and breathless. They knew that their encounter had been more than just a fleeting moment. It was a testament to the power of connection and the irresistible pull of desire. The curtains closed, and Elena and Marco stood in the center of the stage, panting from the intensity of their performance. They locked eyes once more, a silent understanding passing between them that this moment was not just about their dance, but also about their love for one another. As they stepped off the stage, the applause grew louder, and the audience roared in approval. Their fellow students congratulated them on their stunning performance, but Elena and Marco could only think of the consequences that awaited them. They knew that their secret affair would not remain hidden for much longer, and the strict rules of Starlight Dance Academy left little room for leniency. Despite the looming threat of punishment, Elena and Marco couldn't resist the urge to be together. In the days following their performance, they found solace in stolen moments between classes, sharing tender kisses and whispered promises of a future together. Their love only grew stronger with each passing day, as did their determination to fight for their relationship. One evening, after another secretive rendezvous, Elena and Marco decided that it was time to face the music. They knew they couldn't continue hiding their feelings from the world, especially not when their love had become so intertwined with their dance. With a heavy heart, they approached the academy director, Miss Vanessa, to confess their forbidden romance. Miss Vanessa listened intently as Elena and Marco poured out their hearts, explaining how their passion for dance had led them to fall in love. She could see the sincerity in their eyes and the depth of their feelings for one another. After a moment's contemplation, she decided that perhaps there was more at stake here than just breaking the rules. Miss Vanessa knew that Elena and Marco were two of her most talented students, and she couldn't bear to see them part ways over something as trivial as a rule. She also understood the power of love and how it could inspire greatness in people. With a heavy heart, she decided to make an exception for their case, allowing them to continue their relationship, but under one condition: they must keep it private and focus on their studies. Elena and Marco were overjoyed at Ms. Vanessa's decision, grateful that she had seen the beauty in their love story. They knew that keeping their relationship a secret would be challenging, but they were willing to do whatever it took to stay together. And so, with newfound determination, they returned to their classes, more focused than ever on perfecting their craft and proving themselves as exceptional dancers. As the months passed, Elena and Marco continued to grow closer, both in their love for one another and in their passion for dance. They worked tirelessly to improve their skills, often practicing late into the night when no one else was around. Their dedication paid off as they began winning competition after competition, earning accolades from judges and admirers alike. Their success only served to strengthen their bond, proving that love could indeed be a powerful force in the world of dance. And though they still had to keep their relationship hidden from prying eyes, Elena and Marco knew that their shared passion for one another would always remain at the heart of their performances. As graduation approached, Elena and Marco stood on the brink of a new chapter in their lives. They knew that leaving Starlight Dance Academy meant facing an uncertain future together, but they were ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. Hand in hand, they danced into the sunset, their love for one another guiding them forward as they embarked on a journey filled with endless possibilities. From then on, the coffee shop became synonymous with passion and intimacy, drawing couples from far and wide who sought to rekindle the spark in their own relationships. And as they sipped their drinks and shared whispered secrets, Lila would smile knowingly, for she knew that love, like a perfectly brewed cup of coffee, was best enjoyed when shared with someone special. As the days turned into weeks, Lila and her mysterious lover continued to meet in secret at the back room of the coffee shop. Their passion only grew stronger, fueled by their shared love for each other and their mutual appreciation for the art of brewing coffee. One day, as they were enjoying a quiet moment together amidst the sacks of beans, Lila couldn't help but notice something peculiar about her lover. He seemed to be hiding something. His eyes darted around nervously, and he fidgeted with the hem of his shirt. "What is it?" she asked gently, placing a hand on his arm. "Why do you seem so troubled?" He hesitated for a moment before finally speaking. "I have to tell you something," he said softly. "Something that might change everything between us." Lila's heart raced as she waited for him to continue. What could be so important that it would alter the course of their relationship? "My name is not who I say it is," he confessed, his voice barely above a whisper. "I am actually an undercover agent, investigating a criminal organization involved in the coffee trade." Lila's eyes widened in shock. She had never imagined that her lover could be entangled in such dangerous affairs, but as she looked into his green eyes, she saw nothing but sincerity and regret. "I promise you, I never intended for any of this to happen," he continued, "but when I first set foot in your coffee shop, I knew that I had to be near you, even if it meant risking everything." Tears welled up in Lila's eyes as she realized the gravity of the situation. She loved him deeply, but how could she continue their relationship knowing that he was putting himself in harm's way for her sake? Over the next few days, Lila struggled with her feelings. She wanted to be with her lover, but she also feared for his safety. As she poured over coffee beans and brewed cup after cup, she couldn't help but wonder if their love was strong enough to survive the challenges that lay ahead. One evening, as darkness fell over the city, Lila received a frantic phone call from her lover. "I need your help," he whispered urgently. "The organization has discovered my true identity, and they're after me." Without hesitation, Lila agreed to meet him at their usual spot in the back room of the coffee shop. As she unlocked the door and stepped inside, she found her lover standing there with a look of desperation on his face. "I have uncovered evidence that could bring down the entire organization," he explained. "But I need your help to get it to the authorities before it's too late." Together, Lila and her lover devised a plan to smuggle the incriminating documents out of the coffee shop and into the hands of the police. It was risky, but they knew that they had no other choice if they wanted to protect not only themselves, but also the countless others who were being exploited by the criminal organization. As they worked tirelessly throughout the night, their love for one another only grew stronger. They faced each challenge side by side, relying on their unwavering trust and support for one another. And as dawn broke, they emerged victorious, the evidence safely delivered to the authorities, and the criminal organization dismantled. In the aftermath of their harrowing adventure, Lila and her lover knew that their lives would never be the same again. But as they stood together in the warm glow of the coffee shop, holding hands and sipping on cups of freshly brewed espresso, they realized that their love had not only survived but also thrived amidst the chaos. And so, with newfound strength and determination, they embarked on a journey to rebuild their lives, together. For they knew that as long as they had each other and their shared passion for coffee, nothing could ever stand in their way again.